It's been just over 6 months since I lost my job. I just recorded a whole video rambling on about this and just lost faith in it halfway through and nearly, very nearly, said, put the camera away, this isn't for you. But I'm trying to power through. I feel tired, I feel like I'm getting a bit ill, and I don't want to let that get to me. I can't be in a position where I'm just giving up. So I'm going again. It's been 6 months since I lost my job, and the reason I know that is because this month was the first month where I didn't receive a salary from my company. Basically, as part of my contract with the company that I work for, they had to give me 6 months notice to terminate my contract regardless of the reason. And that meant that I got garden leave, which meant although I was still technically employed, I didn't have to go there and do any work. So I had this 6 month period where I was getting paid and I could really just do what I wanted day to day. And that's exactly what I did. I focused, decided, right, I'm going to do content creation full time. My wife had seen how unhappy I was in my previous job and how much it was causing me to be down. And she said, do this thing. This thing makes you happy. Dedicate yourself to this. We will figure it out. But this month was the first month where I didn't receive a salary. And regardless of the fact that I have some savings put away to see me by for, a good couple of months, regardless of the fact that my wonderful wife has, said she will support me in any way and support us as a family in any way that she can and has a great job. Basically, I still don't have any money worries this month, but I still had this moment of panic where I was like, God, I'm taking money out of my savings to do this thing. I'm not receiving a salary. I've got all these things to pay for. Just paid for the wedding. I've got my daughter's birthday coming up. We've got Christmas coming up. And I don't have any significant money coming in. What am I doing? Like, am I actually good enough to do this thing? Am I good enough to make it? And just going through my bank account, I had a feeling that I haven't had for a very long time because I've been broke before. I've had times where I couldn't afford to buy food, where I had to, lend £5 to get petrol in my car, where I couldn't afford to pay the rent, where I had to move out. I've had those times when I was younger and I wasn't good at managing money, but I got very good at managing money. I got very good at budgeting. I got very good at, living within my means. But this is the first time in ages where I've just had a little inkling of panic inside me, something inside me that's like crawling to get out, kind of creeping up on me, whispering in my ear, are you good enough to do this? Because you got no money coming in, people aren't paying you, brands aren't getting back to you, your views are dropping, your blah, 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 that spirals out of control. All based on the fact that I haven't received a salary. But how have I become so trained to have this thing where it's like I can't survive without someone else paying for me to survive? Don't get me wrong, I worked hard at my last job and I added a lot of value to them. I put a lot of money in their pockets. I really tried to look after the team that I was responsible for. I really tried to look after the people there. I'm proud of what I did for the people in that company. But to be in a situation now where, like, creatively, I'm the most fulfilled I've ever been, but financially, I am the least fulfilled. Right now, I'm talking about. Why have I got so into the mindset that I need other people to pay my bills? And by that I mean, why have I become so dependent on a salary? I've run businesses before. I've started businesses. I used to have this bravery and this confidence as, in my early 20s, where I just was like, of course I can do that. Like I can just learn to do that. That's fine. And I think as you get older, you doubt yourself a little bit more. Someone was talking about imposter syndrome the other day, and you know, I know that no matter how successful you get, no matter how senior you get, no matter how much money you get, there's always going to be a part of you that questions whether you deserve it. You know, there's always a part of you that thinks they're gonna find me out. They're gonna discover my deceit and that I don't really know what I'm doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. Anybody who starts on a new endeavor is almost always doing it for the first time themselves, and so they make the decisions they make based on the information that they have at that time, based on their knowledge at that time. And there's things that you know, and there's things that you know that you don't know, and then there's the things that you don't know that you don't know. Then you don't even know what question to ask yet. And no matter what position, all over the world, from Prime Minister down to cleaner, there's people who think they're going to be found out, think that they're not good enough to be doing the job that they're doing, think that they're not good enough to be creating the things that they're creating. But if not you, if not me, then who? Why would someone else be more deserving? Do we not all start out with the same knowledge? Not necessarily the same privilege and the same opportunities, but we all start out with the same knowledge, don't we? And then as we grow and as we get older, we go through school, we go through universities, maybe we go through all of these different institutions to learn. And then once we're out of that, we basically learn on the fly. So, you know, I look at some people who are great editors, and I think, God, I'd love to be able to edit like that. You know, I'd love to get into that. And there's no reason why I can't. I just need to sit down and learn and focus and, you know, reach out to people and ask questions and research and look at YouTube. You know, there's so many things. As I sit here and look at my setup, my computer, you know, I built my computer. I had no idea how to do that. My streaming setup, my lighting, I had no idea how to do any of that. And I learned. There's all this opportunity to grow and to gain knowledge. And I think often that is presented because that is prevented because we don't feel like we're worthy of that knowledge. We don't think we're worthy of that task. But it has to be someone. And why not? Why not you? Why not me? And also there's this thing of there's only, you know, this thought that there's only space for a finite amount of success in people. And there's times where I feel like that, but I have to dismiss that. I have to approach this from a place of there is enough room for everyone. There is enough success for everyone. There's enough money for everyone. There is enough out there. And you've just got to find that frequency. You've just got to find that space where you can kind of grasp those things. If I approach this from a place of there's a limited amount of success and it's, you know, who gets there first, who gets that success, I think I would go insane. I might as well just go back to my job where resources are more finite, where it's like this is what you get and this is what you have to do. I'm rambling on again, but I suppose the point I'm getting to is this idea that if you find a job you love, you'll never work another day in your life is absolute horseshit. If you find a job you love, you will work significantly harder than you ever have done before every single day of your life forever because you love it, you care about it. Just because you love something doesn't mean it's not hard work. Just ask my wife, she loves me and I'm a fucking pain in the arse. It's harder, it's more emotionally taxing, you put more of yourself into it, you're willing to drain yourself more for it, you are willing to go to the very edge of what you think is possible because you love this thing. This idea that you don't work because you love a thing is absolute horseshit. It's worse, it's more emotionally taxing. What you've got to remember is that you need to give yourself a fucking break sometimes. And you need to give yourself time to rest and time to recuperate. You need time to learn. You need time to take care of yourself. Like, if you're not doing that side, if I'm not doing that side, if I'm not taking care of myself mentally and physically, then everything else suffers. If I'm eating shit food, if I'm eating a fucking pizza every night and sat in my chair all day and watching shit TV and reading shit books and just consuming shit, of course I'm going to feel like shit. Of course my output's going to be shit. I feel like we underestimate how much we need to focus on ourselves, not just our mental health, but our physical health. And I've talked about this before, and I'm by no means even anywhere near approaching perfect, but it's not about that. It's about a process. It's about turning up and going, yes, I'm going to take some time to meditate. Yes, I'm going to take some time to go for a walk. Yes, I'm going to take some time to prepare good food. All of these things make a difference to your ability to be creative and to be stable in that creativity. And I don't think we do that enough. And I think we often look to the outside to fix our problems. And I can't do that. I have to focus on what can I control and how can I have an impact on my life today. Anyway, this whole video is me going, I shit myself the other day because I didn't get a salary for the first time, and even though I've got money to spare, it still made me scared, and I still questioned whether I was worthy. But fuck it, I'm going to carry on. I don't think this video is a good video. I think this is me rambling, and I think this is me panicking, and I think it is me getting some stuff off my chest. But I'm going to put it out anyway, and hopefully it helps one of you guys, maybe. It's helped me to get it off my chest, so thank you for listening. And let's try and make the next one a bit more positive. All right, I'll see you on the next one.